What's up, everybody? Matt Modi here with oddsjam, here to give you some more NBA player prop best bets for today. It's been an incredible March for me so far. We are only 12 days deep into March, and I'm up over almost $4,500. That is after a pretty rough February where I had a lot of red days and I was only up $465. So much needed for the month of March. These NBA player prop picks have gone well as well. Yesterday specifically, I gave you 3 picks and I went 2-1. I hit Mikal Bridges under 32.5 points, rebounds, assists. I hit Donovan Mitchell under 4.5 assists. Started the day 2-0. Thought I was going to get a 2-0 day, but I missed RJ Barrett over 2.5 assists. He only ended with 2. So still profitable for the day. Was hoping I would have gotten a clean sweep. I did not, but we'll take profit. So for today, I have 3 more player props for you guys to hammer. 2 found on the oddsjam positive EV page. 1 found on the oddsjam arbitrage page. Before I get into it, I would appreciate those of you watching this if you could like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would also appreciate it if you hit me up on social media. You can follow me at my Twitter handle, Jedi Modi. Posted the link to it in the description of the video and comment as well. And you can also get access to my bet tracker. If you go to the link to the description of the video as well, my bet tracker is in here and you can literally look at every single bet that I've placed and every single bet that I have pending. Make sure to check that out. So let's get right into it. Play number 1 that we're going to go ahead and lock in here is Jalen Brown under 25.5 points. This is at minus 105 odds at PointsBet. So oddsjam is pricing the no vig line on this one at about minus 108 or so. PointsBet is giving it to us at minus 105. So the gap between these two numbers, that is where your profitability comes into play. So this is something that I've already locked in. Obviously could not get a ton of money down on it because of how PointsBet has me limited. But if those of you watching this are not limited, I recommend putting 3/4 of a unit on this one. And I mentioned the no vig odds here. For those of you that aren't yet familiar with positive expected value betting, I definitely recommend checking out the video on my YouTube channel where I literally answer the question of what is positive expected value betting. All you really need to know for the purposes of this video is these odds you see in the no vig odds column right here, right? You see it under every single positive EV play. These odds represent the true line, the most accurate reflection of whatever market we are betting. So in this case, we're betting Jalen Brown under 25.5 points. These no vig odds represent the best value, the best way to price this individual market. These odds themselves, this minus 108.24 that you see here, are pulled from the sharpest sportsbooks in the world, sportsbooks that consistently do the best job at pricing odds, which is why these odds are so powerful and why they're viewed as the perfect line, the true line of a market. So in general, any place in which you can beat the no vig odds, and when I say beat them, I mean get better odds, which just means better for the sports bettor. I know I'm saying better a lot, but higher payout, more money is all you really need to know. The no vig odds are pricing it one way. We are paying less for it at PointsBet because of how they have it priced. All in all, equates to a profit margin that you see in this percent on the left here, roughly 1.5%. Now that doesn't mean that I blindly hammer every single positive expected value bet on the page. There's additional work, additional research that I recommend doing to making sure that you are placing the best of the best. And when I say additional research, I just mean if you click into a play where it's highlighted blue, literally click your mouse, it pulls up what you see here, odds from every major sportsbook for this individual play, right? Jalen Brown over under 25.5 points, priced by every book. Well, look at where PointsBet has this priced compared to every other book, right? Look how much of an outlier PointsBet is. Caesars is the closest, 16 cents higher at minus 121. Every other book, minus 130, minus 125, minus 125, minus 129. Even the sharp sports books, DraftKings specifically for player props, BetOnline, Pinnacle, minus 129, minus 125 on BetOnline and DraftKings. That is a significant difference between what PointsBet has this priced. PointsBet is clearly lower on the Jalen Brown point total market than every other sportsbook. Another way of phrasing that, legitimately every other sportsbook is telling you that Jalen Brown is more likely to go under his point total. Every other sportsbook except for PointsBet. So the most logical scenario here is that PointsBet has this mispriced, and they have it mispriced in our favor. So when you're positive expected value betting, you want to make sure that you're betting on an outlier such as this, such a huge gap between the PointsBet line and every other book. So this is play number 1, Jalen Brown under 25.5 points, minus 105 at PointsBet. Play number 2, we are looking at Killian Hayes to go under 14.5 points. This is at minus 111 odds at Caesars. So the oddsjam perfect line prices this at about minus 113 essentially. We're getting it a little bit lower at minus 111. Lower EV percent at 0.8, but that doesn't scare me off. I will still play a positive EV plays below 1% if they are good. In this one, so we don't have as much information from all the other books, right? Caesars is at minus 111. 2 books are kind of close at minus 120 and minus 125. DraftKings at minus 140, Pinnacle at minus 124. But the reason why I like this play is if you view the event page in a new tab, you open it in a new tab, it pulls up the entire market, the entire sports books, and what they price his point total at. So we know there's a difference between sportsbooks for the individual play of 14.5, right? Well, not every single sportsbook is going to price this at 14.5. Some will price it at a different number. Since we're taking him to go under this number, we want to make sure that if a sportsbook is pricing it differently than 14.5, that they're pricing it below 14.5. And let's find out. So I opened it up in a new page here, and this is exactly what we are looking for. Every other sportsbook that doesn't price it at 14.5 prices it a full point lower at 13.5. That would be PointsBet, FanDuel, BetRivers, PrizePicks, BetOnline, and FoxBet. All price it a point below Killian Hayes' point total at 13.5, a point below 14.5, which is another way of them telling you they think that he is going to go under 14.5 points, which is why I think this play is really good. So play number 2, Killian Hayes under 14.5 points. And then the last one I found on the arbitrage page is DeAndre Hunter to go under 5.5 rebounds at minus 160 odds at BetMGM. Now I know that this is heavily juiced, right, at minus 160. I locked it in for as much as BetMGM would let me, which was $34.05. For those of you watching this at home, again, 3/4 of a unit on this bad boy. So an arbitrage opportunity is when you can bet both sides of an outcome to guaranteed profit. Look at the gap between PointsBet and BetMGM and where they have the over and the underpriced. Over at plus 240, under at minus 160. One of these sportsbooks is bound to be incorrect, right? They both can't accurately reflect the market being that wide of a gap between these plays, right? Well, as we can see from the screenshot here, it looks like BetMGM is the mispriced odds here. PointsBet at plus 240, FanDuel at plus 220. But here's another play. If we open this event page up in a new tab, we will see DeAndre Hunter, his rebound prop here. BetMGM prices it at 5.5. Every other book prices it at either 4.5 or 4. And this is the most important thing, literally every other sportsbook prices it at 4.5. Heavily favors him going under this number. Just look at how they have it priced. Under 4.5, a full rebound lower. And that's a huge deal, going from 4.5 to 5.5. The under 4.5 is priced at minus 160, minus 156, minus 165, minus 148, minus 175. Across the board, these sportsbooks are heavily favoring him going under 4.5 rebounds. And we're getting him a full rebound higher at 5.5. I know this is heavily juiced at minus 160, but these are incredible odds. And this is an incredible value play. So this is play number 3, my third and final pick for today. DeAndre Hunter under 5.5 rebounds, minus 160 odds at BetMGM. And that's it. 3 picks for you guys. I think they're all really good. Please comment if you're tailing. Let me know. Other than that, please remember to like as well as comment and then subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit me up on my social media. And that's it. So appreciate you guys watching and have a good one.